Pressure down is always there. Custom scripts.
Hello. That's I think that's like the Gregorian chant version. Sorry if I'm going to be a little bit quiet today. I've had quite a sore throat all week. Take it easy. Hopefully you can, but do some cool redeem stuff today. Just for a little while. And also, yeah, I thought the go hold hands line was good. What is going on, Teagley? Just watching Crafty. He's died again. No, that's all right. I've been meaning to do this one for a while, so it's a good place to start. And it's something that I was working on for Crafty this week for the Nord Stream team stuff. Nord fam. Let's just see what application. A what? Streamer.bot, not the chat. Let's do this. Okay. Make it a little bit bigger. So, you want to do shoutouts, huh? Hopefully I'll be able to cut some of this up and put it into TikTok or YouTube later on. But for now, I will be taking whatever breaks I need to answer questions along the way. I'm going to start with a completely new queue. And I don't even think I do yet. Look at that. We're already getting distracted. Let's do a socials. Socials. This button here. I'm doing it right now. Let's put like a 60 cooldown on that, I guess. Pop one in here quickly. Look, if I do it straight away, I get to take it off the list. Stream actions, buttons, go event based. Socials. Okay, core commands, command triggered. Where is it? Socials. Twitch. Oh, looking for Twitch. Send message to channel from the bot. Got my own part of the website now. I'm gonna make crafty one as well, and then anyone else that joins the CCG fam, I'll put in a carousel. YouTube. Let's crush it on Twitch. I mean, you're already here, so you found it somewhere or other. Do that. You can even make an announcement or something, but basically that should already be working. And there we go. Because I've got all the links, right? No, I haven't. What am I missing? What's my YouTube page? Yeah, I'm just checking. It is at Crush It. Okay. So, what we are doing today, there's a number of ways you can do a shout out. You can either, a lot of people do like the exclamation mark SO. A lot of people do just like the shout out command and have it look for something like that. Let's quickly put in work for social as well. But let's say, for example, you want to be able to see, so I can see who is viewing here at the moment. Hi, MK. Let's say you want to be able to add something and say, when someone first comes in, the first time they send a message, we want to shout them out or mention them or even just do an announcement in chat. So let's call this one group shout out. We've got a group shout out command. We want to go. There is a first words. There we go. So you can put a specific username in here. For example, if I put Eagly, let's use you. I put you in here and we said when Teagley says something, we automatically either reply to message or send a message to channel like, it's Teagley. So, first time you come in and send a message, this is going to trigger. Another way you can test this as well is you can actually add a pop-up. I'm going to actually capture my desktop because then you can see the right-click items. Let me do that. Yeah, it's because you've already spoken. I'm going to show you how to reset it though as well. So if I go capture desktop, where is my desktop display? There we go. So I'm just capturing the whole screen now so you can see my right-click actions as well. If you want to be able to test these things, you put a toast notification here. This is oh my god, my typing today. So what these look like, you'll get, I think my little person is over it, so I'll hide him for a second. There we go. If I try this again, it'll pop up showing up down the bottom right hand corner here. In fact, I'll even move myself up for the moment. Let me just shift myself to here for now. Okay, so the other thing I want to be able to do, and I'm going to add a test item in here. Under actions, you'll see something called reset first words. I'm going to make the trigger just a test because I want to be able to trigger that at any point. And so that we know that it worked, let's do the same thing and create a toast notification. That first words. This normally clears after, I think it's 12 hours by default. But you can clear it after the end of a stream. So same thing with the credits. If you come here, credits normally reset after 10 hours. I think there is an option for when first words reset, and it's probably under. I am. How's it going? My day is going all right. I'm still a bit croaky, but I wanted to jump on for an hour and just do this little tutorial. There you go. So you can see it's reset 12 hours normally. Come back here, group shoutouts. So let me run the reset. See, first words have been reset. Now, because I did that, I'm actually getting, oh, sorry, I will increase my mic a little bit. It's also me that's a bit quiet today. There we go. Is that a little bit better? I can just move it in a bit closer to me as well. Okay, so I think I also need to make this lowercase. Weekly at home. And let's reset that again. To say something else, Teagly? Okay. I will. Yeah, there we go. So we got the test, and it said, "Hey everyone, it's Teagly." So that's great if you just want to, shout out one person. But what if you want to do a bunch of people? So this way, you can go and create a second item here. I'm going to call this shout out announcement. And in here, I'm going to similarly put a little toast notification, just say shout out announcement, just so we know this is working. Actually, going to rename this and just call it shout out group. So now we have shout out announcement, shout out group. Now, instead of Teagly being here, what we're going to do is clear this out. So this will catch any person now. So we don't want the Twitch message. We do want the test, just to say first words recognized. So we can see that that's working. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a logic statement. I'm going to say if the username, I think is username like this, equals Teagly at home, and I'll make it equals ignore case, so it doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase, then do action, shout out announcement. Then we can continue or we can break at this point, because it's only looking at each person's words once. So I do a duplicate of this, I do one for MK. You also want to collect the user information, user info for target. Make sure that it knows who redeemed this, because we're not actually selecting a specific user here. We come to the announcement now, and what we do in there is we say chat and announcement to channel. We're sending it from the bot account, and we go, hey everybody, username is here. Now if I again reset the first words have been reset. And if you send something through again, Teagly, what should happen is the first words will be triggered, the first words were recognized, and you can see it shouted you out. So it's gone straight through and put your username in there. Now, we don't have to, and you see I got both of the toast notifications. I got the one for the group, and I got the one for the announcement. So I don't need those for testing anymore. I can just right click on them and disable them. It's good to leave them there for testing and things like that. But for any user that you want, you can now just add them into the list. Obviously, this is not a completely custom shout out because it's not going to say funny things for each person, but it's a good start to just notify everyone. Maybe you miss when someone specific comes into chat, and you want to get a warning of that, or you want an announcement automatically, even if you're in the middle of a game. It's very good for that sort of thing. So I'm gonna duplicate this out a few times, and I'm gonna update the announcement to say, hey everybody, our friend username is here. Make sure to check them out on twitch.tv and put the username in again. And that way you'll get a link to the person. We can pick the color here as well. Let's make it blue. Some of the real sneaky stuff you can do here is over here in Streamer.bot. I have Streamer.bot is a system that's used to do text to speech. So you can add all of your own accounts and things into it. You can just use you see accounts here. You can use just the Microsoft one that's built in. You can add 11 Labs, which is one of the fancy ones. You can use Brian TTS, which is the standard one everyone's used to. That very monotonous one that people use to make beatboxing and things like that. But what I find this very useful for is if I want an auditory notification that someone specific is coming to chat or something has happened. I'm not always looking at the chat. Sometimes I miss the fact that someone has come in there and said something. What you can do here is let's create a voice alias. So I'm going to call this one Russia announcement. Yeah, I know, right? I try. So over here, you can pick the output device. And in my case, I want to send it to, where is it? Thanks for the follow, Faber. I'm trying to find my audio that's not disconnected. Audio. I need to refresh this. Let's just save that for a second. I have had this open for a while. Yeah, I don't do a lot of streaming at the moment. I'm mainly just showing people how to do weird things. So my streams are a little bit short, but I appreciate you all being here nonetheless. Where were we at? Voice aliases. Okay. Russia announcements. And I should have, there we go, Realtek Digital Audio. That's the one that goes straight to my headphones. So if I say something here, now you guys aren't going to hear this, but I will. And if I add that, now I've got a Crusher announcements voice. So what I can do is over here, where I've already set up Streamer.bot, I can say use the Crusher announcements voice, which will only come through to my headphones, and say username is here. And this is going to give me an announcement when anyone in the list appears. So I can duplicate this out and add some other streamer people that I know. Sorry if I miss anyone here. I'm just doing a little test. So it's basically going to look through all of those. There we go. I did get a notification that that Nines is there as well, because I actually have a separate one already that notifies me. Anyway, so hi Nines, by the way. So I'll just show you here. This time I will actually, I'm just thinking I'll have one that plays to you guys as well. If I go back and I create a announcements, should be going through to here. Create another one called Crusher Live. That's okay, Nines. I have the others muted as well. Sometimes I just need less sounds in my ears. So got Crusher Live. I'm going to put the Crusher Live one into, I think I have Sonar Media here that I can use. I'll add There we go. Add Crusher Live, and let's add the second voice into it. Oh, thank you, Techno. I appreciate the sub. Okay, where were we? So, Crusher Live. This one should... Oh yeah, the little emote explosion. That is from Stream Elements. So I am using a Stream Elements overlay to play around with as well. I've got my little person off to the left at the moment. Normally I have him on the right. But just to show everything I've got going on down here. Okay, so I've got Crusher Live, which should be coming out. I wanted it out sonar. Right. Okay, so that's all set. Let's just save that for a second. If I add another notification here, I'm gonna duplicate this one and call this one, what do I call it? Crusher Live. And then you guys should be able to hear this as well. There we go. So now if I reset the first words, so essentially clearing the fact that anyone has spoken in this, you guys will all be able to say hello and it will shout out each of your names in text to speech. There you go. First words have been reset. Who wants to do the honors? Oh, I just realized my my emotes got approved as well. Someone say something. Anyone. While I wait for you to do that. There we go. Oh yeah. You see getting the little shout out or the announcement as it were. And you're now hearing exactly what I'm hearing as well. So it's good for people who are playing games that require a lot of attention. Having that means that you don't immediately have to look over at chat. You get notified the moment someone says something. So technically you could get it all read out as well. But obviously that would be a lot of reading. So yeah, you got the crush emote. I'm going to remove the live one. I'm actually just going to disable the live one for now. And I'm going to disable this one for me as well, because I actually already have one that's notifying me on your first words. But a good thing to have is not only stream start events, like turning the jukebox reward on, resetting the first words, resetting credits. Ugh, that's not ideal. Georgie does that when he goes out and gets the plants. You're like, is this cat grass? Can I eat this? There we go. Stream end events. You probably want to do the same thing at the end of stream. So you go Twitch. Let's go. Where is it? Stream offline. You can add a delay just in case you've gone offline and it was an accident or something. Let's go 60-second delay. Then same thing. Let's go settings, reset first words, settings, reset credits. Now the credits, for anyone who's wondering, there's a feature built into Streamer.bot where you can see everyone that has contributed during the stream. So follows, cheers, subs, like reward redemptions, anything like that. It's very handy. you jump into, where is it? No, it's thanks, Techno. Or you're talking to Nines, because also, yeah, no, that's not super fun. What it does, I'm just going to switch over to the ending page to show you. You'll see a lot of different streamers have this, where at the end of stream it goes through a credits list of everyone that's contributed or come in during the event. And obviously you want to reset that after a stream. So 9 S's. Here we go. Switching over. I'll be right back. There you go. Get to see what's going on. Yeah, Wisebot. I should put Wisebot on the bypass list there. But yeah, for crafties, I did it within the little cloud that comes up there, and then I used a mask to actually cut it out. There's a few different ways you can do it. There's a few. Some people only want to see certain actions, so you can pick what you want to show, what you want to show, what you want to hide here. You can even track the top cheerers and things like that, or people that use a lot of channel points. Just depends what you're aiming for. I mentioned earlier that, well, I showed you guys a little bit about using variables here, and you see I just knew to use username as a variable here. If you're ever not sure about how that sort of stuff works when one of these triggers is going off, hi Sarg, thanks for the lurk. If you're ever not sure about this, when you go to action queues here, you can see a history of everything that's happened. So the shoutout group, if I double click on that, you can see when Sarg just came in, hey Crusher, just lurking. That was the first thing Sarg said in chat, so it triggered the shoutout group to look and see if we're giving him a shoutout, if we're giving me a notification, and you can also see all of the variables that were associated with that. So what's the trigger name, what's the trigger category, all of these things on the left are the variable names. So when I'm looking at the username and things like that, the username is actually coming from here. So you'll notice Sarg's username is actually with a capitalized S if you refer to it as the user, but on Twitch's servers in the background, if we're referencing it, it's all in lowercase. You can also reference someone by their user ID as well, and YouTube, Twitch, Kick, they all have their own variants of this. So yeah, you can even see the user's description and things. So another example is when you want to pull up someone's profile picture, that's also included in this. So I could use the follow redeem and other things, not the follow redeem, the follow action to pull in Sarg's profile picture, show that as a browser source or something, and give them a little shout out. So yeah, you can also see, oh look, the last thing Sarg played was Lord of the Rings Online, and that was that previously active 25th 14th. You playing today, were you? Okay. You can also see the account age. Okay. I don't know where it says. It should say when you last streamed in here as well, but yeah, you can see your account was created in 2011. So yeah, any of the items that are triggered here, even like the redeems and stuff, like when someone calls a lurk or something, so you can see Crafty called the lurk command before, I can grab any of that info and then I can use that to include in the response. At some point in the future, I'm going to tie in some ChatGPT functions. I'll probably do like a local LLM rather than using ChatGPT, but you can take things like this, and if you wanted to write something fun, like things like Frosty Tools do, you could say, well, what was Crafty doing? What has she said in chat in the last couple of minutes? Can I then write something that's relevant or fun or entertaining? So, oh, hey, Bryn. Thank you for the raid. I actually have both the Twitch and the Stream Elements alerts on at the moment because I found out yesterday that if you have the Twitch ones on, they give you access to more emotes and stuff. I think I only need to do it a few times though. Anyway, for anyone who's just come in from Bryn's raid, hi, I'm Crusherdom or Crusher or Dom. Fancy seeing you guys here. Yep, Bryn is. I'm a regular over in Bryn's channel. He's our platonic Canadian brother. Oh, and I wasted as well. So today I've just been showing off a little bit of stuff with Streamer.bot, just creating some automations and showing how to do automated shoutouts and stuff. So the long and short of it, I do streams to teach people how to use some of these tools. If you have an idea, you can just send !idea and then your idea to me anytime, whether or not I'm on or off stream. Hi Debian, and it will get added into my list. So alternatively, if you have something specific that you want for your own stream that you think I might be able to help with, hit me up. I'm always on Discord. I'm always on social media in general. So yes, Streamer.bot is a program that is free, completely free. It's a community contributed thing. There is a lot of functionality in here that ties in with Twitch and YouTube. And if there isn't something there, it's quite easy to write your own. I say quite easy. You do need to have some understanding of how programming and stuff works, but that's part of the reason I'm doing some of these streams. Like the basics, anyone can pick up. The more advanced stuff, there is a great Discord community of people that just write things for Streamer.bot. So the 30-second summary of what we were doing today is that there is a feature called first words, and you'll often see people have like walk-in music, or they have shout-outs when people first come into a stream. So today I've just generated a trigger for Twitch first words, and I've added the info from who's come in, and I've created a bunch of cases for people that I want to get an announcement or a shout out. So when that happens, I then trigger the shout out announcement, which says, hey, our friend is here, check them out on Twitch. And you can see a little bit further up in the chat, it just did that for MKth. It doesn't have to just be an announcement. It can be just a regular message. It can be a full shout out. You can even use it to trigger clips and things like that. So because you can control all of these different platforms through Streamer.bot, you can see here Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Pulsoid. I've got OBS. Where is it? Stream Apps. OBS, Streamlabs Desktop, Polypop. All of these integrate with Streamer.bot. So if there's something that you want to do that's not possible within any of those standard platforms, you can run it here. Resource impact is quite low. If I just check to filter down. There you go. So here's Streamer.bot and Speaker.bot. So Streamer.bot is the one that's looking at all of the things that are coming through chat and Twitch. Speaker.bot is the one that's actually doing the TTS redeems and things for me. If I'm using a third party, obviously it's just calling the API to do those, so it's not generating them locally. But the actual resource usage of this is very low. So You can see here it's using like 240 meg of RAM. It's using almost no CPU whatsoever. Obviously, I'm using OBS as well. So if I look at OBS, you can see I've got a bunch of things in OBS, but even OBS at this point is using 1 to 2%. I've got a bunch of browser pages loaded up. So when I do weird stuff in OBS, it tends to jump up a little bit, like the uninstall command, because it's doing 3D transforms and things. It looks a little bit weird, and it should jump up. Oh, it didn't even do that today. Oh, there you go. You can see the GPU usage jumped up. So, making you jump up. So yeah, I find Streamer.bot, Speaker.bot very handy. So if you have questions or you want to give it a try, it's once again, it's free. You have literally nothing to lose. I'm slowly migrating all of Crafty's redeems and things over to Streamer.bot, just because. Yeah. Oh, I'm not actually a part of it. I am just someone who very much enjoys what they do. I try and help out other people who are interested in it because it's a tool that replaces a bunch of other things, and OBS in itself is great for the video part. No, I didn't, Teagley. You built this in a cave with a box of scraps. No, it's a community thing. So, um, yeah, it's basically you have Twitch alerts, which are great. There's a whole bunch of functionality in there, but it's all stuff that's specific to Twitch. You have stream elements, which is great, and you can use it for your donations and you can use it for other stuff. That's fine, but once again, you're limited to what they allow you to do in that framework. So if you're getting started, those things are great. It's very easy to click and drag things around. But as you want to do more custom things, or if you want to create something fun yourself, yeah, it's the sky is the limit here. So let me switch back to just the application view for now. Yeah. What else did I have on the list today? Let's go see if I still had the viewer command working as well. Oh yeah, so I'm using Wisebot as a addition to the stream. So Wisebot is a third-party tool. I'm not against using third-party tools, and I think that there are many free and paid tools out there that I'm sure are great for big and small streamers. Obviously, if you're a smaller streamer, you don't want to be paying $20 or $30 every month for a tool that you barely use. So things like Seribot. Seribot is a free tool on Twitch, which is designed to automatically ban bots and spam and things like that and prevent against hate raids. It's a free tool. I would recommend everyone check it out and add it to their stream. The only times it's actually going to be used is when bad things are happening in your stream. So basically, most of the time, you're never going to see it. If you want to have more advanced commands, or you want to have responses to exclamation mark commands, or even just things responding in chat, Stream Elements, Wisebot, and other bits and pieces have a lot of that functionality. But you don't have to use those. If those are great for the all the basics. It's when you want to either consolidate things or you want to have more control over your own redeems and your own responses. This you can see exactly what's happening. So I think probably everyone that streams here has had an instance where a raid has come in or someone has followed or subscribed or something, and for whatever reason the alert hasn't gone off. And sometimes you're like, oh, damn it, I don't know, did I do something wrong on the Twitch alerts? Did I do something wrong on the stream elements, etc.? And you don't know that. You have no way to sort of go back through and replay and see what happened there. Whereas if you're using something like this, you can see everything that's triggered. You can see how it's happened. You can allow your mods to send through commands. Streamer.bot even has. Oh, I might have language filtering on you, Debian. Hi Abs, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so any of the ones that are cloud-based, as Debian had pointed out, you can share the access to them with your mods. Even things like Tangia. Tangia has an option where you can share it with your mods and give them the ability to approve or deny specific redeems and things going on, which is great. If you're a bigger streamer, you've got a lot going on, you need a bit of help sometimes, you want to be able to give those people the tools to help out. Something I really like is that even Streamer.bot has its own version of the auto. What? I also can't remember what I said. um, was it the auto shoutout I was talking about? That's right. I can't remember either. But where I was getting is a lot of people use stream decks to change things around physically and oh look, and wasted. There's something to be said for having a simple stream. Some people don't want all of this stuff on their page. They don't want a video. They don't want all the little pop-ups and other things. I enjoy it because for me it's a fun little. It's almost like people are interacting with what is actually happening on the stream rather than just interacting with me as a person. I may not be as entertaining or funny or whatever. Um, oh no. So what I was saying before, Debian, is that Streamer.bot has its own version of the Stream Deck. So in Streamer.bot there is, and I forget where it's hiding now. Under, and I'll pull it up in my browser because I know it's there. Basically they have their own version of Stream Decks. So there is a page that you can go to, you can share that with your mods, you give them the ability to push the same buttons that you can on your Stream Deck. Now obviously you don't want to give everyone access to all the same things, you can create multiple versions of that. So let me just sign in here. Just need to open my browser and then I can show you. And please forgive me when I show you my desktop for just how many tabs I have open here. Okay, there we go. So I'm in Streamer.bot /user/decks. You can access this locally or you can access it via the cloud. So this is also provided completely free of charge. If I go into the deck here, you can see it's showing that this one's connected locally. You can also toggle the cloud connection option, but here I can add any of the actions that I have. So all of those ones that are showing up on Streamer.bot here, I can add any of these into the deck and say, hey, I want to be able to click that button. So let's go. I think, well, there you go. So the socials one is normally triggered by !socials. I can just put this in here, and actually I should put a put some text on there. So you could pull this up on an old tablet or an old laptop or something, or just give it to one of your mods and say, hey, if you need to push these buttons, I've put all these in here for you. For the mod, you can lock it down so they won't be able to change any of these. They can just click on them. But there you go. I click on the button. It's now triggered the socials button for me. Okay. That's all right. Feel free, Nines, if you ever have any questions, I'm more than available to talk to people offline as well. Jump in a Discord, show you around things. I realize there's a lot to take in and I get very distracted while I'm explaining all of these, so I jump between multiple things, but I'm always happy to spend time and show you guys how to do it. That's that's my thing. I enjoy helping out with other people's streams. I want to see you guys, and if the crazier the idea, the more I'm going to be like, yes, let's do that. So, um, anyway, thank you for popping by. Have a lovely, lovely sleep, and I hope to see you again soon. Where are we? There is. Oh, obviously you can put images and things on here. So similarly, yeah, similar to the Stream Deck, you can just have a bunch of buttons here. You can put cooldowns on these ones as well, so that if you do release this to a mod, they can't accidentally push something multiple times. Oh yeah, yeah, it's a good thing to try and introduce people to, because it it's a cool option and everyone wants to know, how do you do that cool lurk thing? How do you do that hello thing, or the socials, etc., etc. So um the other really cool thing about this, which only occurred to me a couple of weeks back, is that there's nothing stopping you from creating a version of this that you can give to your stream. So if you want to create your own custom redeems that aren't part of like Twitch channel point redeems, they aren't part of typing exclamation mark whatever into chat, you could essentially make a set of commands here, and you just use this as an example. Make a up, a down, a left, and a right, and give your chat. Sorry, I need to actually assign a command to it. And give your chat the ability to pilot something on your screen, like a Twitch plays Pokemon style setup. So, so realistically, anything that you could want, you can put in here. And yeah, literally, if you go to, where is it? Security. So you can see here, deck access, public or private. If you go public, you can then give anyone the URL for this. And I realize I'll probably show you guys this in a second. That's fine. The only button you have is the socials and things. So there should be. I might need to save it. So basically though, oh, actually it should actually be this deck here. By default, this is hidden from chat. So you can just share it with specific people. The way that they do that is just, it's tied in with Discord at the moment. So you can give someone's Discord user access to this deck that's right here. If you made it public, you could then just give everyone this link and they would be able to see that. Okay. It's entirely up to you as to how you want to Oh, and yeah, sorry, it doesn't rely on people spamming chat to trigger these. They're literally just clicking buttons on the deck. So the example before is, in my chat at the moment, if you type in exclamation mark socials, it triggers following events. I've got a command here, socials. You can type in socials or social, and there is, now to find it, this one here, basically just pastes a message into Twitch. Instead of doing that here, I've just assigned it to this button. So you could allow any number of commands to be put here. The size of the deck is variable as well. I think I've got it just set to, 1920 by 1080. You can make it much larger if you want. Put a lot more commands in here. And yeah, as you said, basically avoid having people spamming chat with commands and things. if you wanted to allow them to upvote or pick a game or something, you could have your mods actually add things in here. So, oh yeah. So right now, so I've got this disabled at the moment, so there's no remote access to it. If I do this and turn it on as enabled, it's just using Streamer.bot for the connection. It's not exposing my IP address to everyone. It's using Streamer.bot as the third party that essentially proxies the commands through. Okay. Let's go back to, I think it was 4 rows. Yeah, and like for me as well, the other thing I hate, and if anyone's seen my about section, you've probably noticed this. I'll go into a lot of channels and I will see people that have 20 different panels there from different services, and I get it. Like Tangier is really cool, and it's nice to have an easy way to overlay things on someone's stream. But then you'll have someone that has Tangier and Blurp, and they'll have the Twitch Prime notification, and they'll have the Baldur's Gate 3 notification, and they'll have Chaos Tricks, and all of those pop up over the screen whenever you open Twitch, or it's just a whole bunch of extra stuff on your page. Wasted, I know you've got some custom integration there, I see on the right. It's just that one thing though, and I understand people wanting to minimize the number of things there. So this is a way where you can take a lot of that away from being over your feed. You can take it away from needing to limit yourself to the number of channel point redeems that Twitch allows you to have, and you can make a lot of these work with YouTube as well. So if you're wanting to stream to simulcast to Twitch and YouTube, there's nothing stopping you from making those redeems work with both. So you can see here, Streamer.bot has support for Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo at the moment. They don't have support for Kick, and to be honest, I don't blame them. It still feels a bit like Kick is just a unfiltered wasteland. So, but the Streamer.bot stuff is very well documented. It's very easy to get into. To start with something simple and go from there. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's heavy to load for people. There's a lot of other stuff going on. Let me just hide this for a second, and I will show you. Just to give you an idea. So this is the Streamer.bot wiki. So if you're trying to work out exactly what you can use, so sub actions are what is an action of a command? What is the command actually doing? Triggers are what are the things that would actually cause an action to take place. So triggers, for example, you can have triggers from not just a platform you're streaming on, but the extensions are more stable than the panels. Yeah, that's true. There's I'm sure there's some restrictions that Twitch puts in there on how you're supposed to build extensions and panels and things, but quite often they end up pretty bloaty to me. Let's use an example here. So Twitch one, we've been doing a lot of Twitch ones, so you can see reward redemption, rewards updated, ads runs. So if I go, this is another one I had on my to-do list. Let's work out, this trigger runs at 1 minute intervals, starting at 5 minutes until the upcoming ads. A lot of people will miss the ad notifications, or they'll have their mods tell them, because sometimes you're playing a game, and if you only have a minute or a 2-minute warning, you're not going to hear that. Let's use the Twitch ad trigger here to create a prompt for us. So you can see, here are the variables that come through about the upcoming ad. They are ad length, minutes, next ad, and the number of snoozes left. I know. I think that for me, and I know for Crafty, I feel like once you get to a certain point and there's a certain amount of followers, then you're just going to take breaks whenever you need to. But I think it's also a healthy thing to say, hey, once an hour, let's get up for a couple of minutes, walk around, shake ourselves off, have a pee, like just stretch out, because I 100% know people that stream before they get to affiliate and will just stream for 4, 5, 6 hours straight without leaving their chair. So that's that's my opinion. I understand. Yeah, when I see people with sort of hundreds or thousands of people watching them, then I completely understand why they may not want to. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hi, Bryn. So I don't know. For me, it's more like, hey, this is a reminder to me that I've been. Yep, and that's what I'm doing as well, Debian. That's what Crafty's doing, and I think pretty much all the people in our circle have sort of moved to a similar setup. It's like 3 minutes on the hour. You get to stand up, have a stretch, go grab a glass of water or something, and to me, that's like kind of like a healthy thing as well. But I don't particularly care about the fact that there are or aren't ads. It's more so, hey, I don't want people to miss out on something that might be useful to them, and I don't particularly want to force them to sub or whatever to see that content. Yes, they can come back and watch it in the VOD, but it feels like a nice thing to do at this point while we can. If I had a bunch more people watching or I was playing with other people, then yeah, I'm not going to try and duck away every ad break, because there's other people that are relying on me to be present, to be streaming, to be entertaining for their group of people as well. Um, but let's say you did wanted to know, this is just a good example of an integration of something. So the Twitch variable called upcoming ads. It gives you the number of minutes until the next ad will run. And then there's a bunch of general variables. General variables you're going to find are included across a whole bunch of these. So it's just what the action is that's being called, why it's been triggered. So in this case, it might be Twitch/ads, Twitch/chat, etc. So come back to here. Let's put this in the beta testing one, Twitch ad. And we go to triggers, we go Twitch, ads, upcoming ads. And you can pick how far out you want it as well. So let's go 3 minutes. I think that's pretty reasonable. And what I can do here is I can do a little toast notification. So let's just do ads. That's in 3 minutes. Because I'm sharing my whole desktop at the moment, I'm going to move this little guy over, because you'll see a pop-up down the bottom right here. There you go. So I can have that pop up. That'll appear for me over top of whatever game I'm playing at the moment. Because I'm only capturing the game, people won't see the pop up. They'll just see the game. Okay. Yeah, and I get that wasted. I am personally a big fan of Twitch Turbo. Um, I know people want to support their specific streamers, and that's great for people that want to drop subs and cheers and things. That's perfectly acceptable. There's a lot of people that are making, whether it be beer money on the side, whether it be doing it as a full-time thing, and ads is Twitch has to make money too. But I like the idea that I can say to someone, hey, if you want to see all of this stuff and not be bugged by ads on every stream that you go into, you can just get the Twitch Turbo for $15 a month. And yeah, so it's definitely for them. For people that can donate and want to do so, then I think you actually have a very good point made in your channel, and it comes up every now and again. It's like Twitch takes whatever it is, 50% at the start, and then 40 or 30% or whatever. Who is it? Not Coffee. Patreon takes like a 5 or a 10% cut. Ko-fi can take anywhere from 0 to 5% depending on what features you want. PayPal and Stripe, etc. They all take their own cuts. So you might want to use something like Stream Elements and go, oh, you can donate to me directly on PayPal or Stripe, and that's the lowest cut of all of the platforms, and that's fine. So far, Twitch hasn't said that people can't do that sort of thing, so that's great. That also allows them to support you in a way that is meaningful without having to just drop a sub that is paying Twitch the same money every month. So, yeah. Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. Little life pro tip from Ninja there. You can always try doing Turbo once for a full month and just cancel it. Ever since I used that and cancelled, I no longer get ads. That's great. You're just on like the beta testing of like Turbo, and they just forgot to turn yours back on. Oh. Anyway, so whenever I don't think I have actually had ads yet, by the way. So technically I am now an affiliate. Thank you to all the people that I've hung around with for the past 6 months that came into my first 6 streams and got me to affiliate by my seventh. But I haven't seen the ads pop up at all. So maybe I'll just never get ads. Anyway, I should check the to-do list. In fact, I should let's see about another command. So just to show you guys the suggestion box idea thing here, whenever someone sends this through, there is an action here that just adds a line into a text file, and it's literally just saying, hey, add this into the text file. I think I called it suggestion box. Yeah, it's putting into a file and just saying thanks for the, there you go, see OBS web. Oh, this is another thing I tend to recommend to people when you're working with thank you. Thank you, Wasted. I appreciate that. This is another thing I suggest to people who are just starting out. I'm pretty sure I do have it enabled, Ninja. I'll go back and check again, but the settings when I first got affiliate were hit and miss. I think some things are still being enabled. So anyway, I get very distracted. What I was saying is that if you are running OBS and you have your images, your sounds, your videos that you play, your little scene transitions and things like that. A lot of people will just start by loading those in. My first thing I always say when I'm helping someone set up their OBS is like, hey, put all these in an OBS folder. Make an OBS folder, make an images folder inside of that, a sounds folder inside of it, videos folder, and depending on if you're using local browser sources and things, make a web folder. In some cases, if you have little stream games and things, maybe even make a files folder in there and put games and other stuff in. That way, what you should be doing at least once a month is going through in OBS, and I'm going to pull OBS up here for a moment. You should be going through and exporting your scene collection, exporting your doc collection, so you can show your settings folder, show your profile folder, take copies of those. In addition to that, you want to take a copy of that OBS folder, because if you, for whatever reason, blow up your OBS install, lose your hard drive or whatever, you want to have had a copy of all of those. It's as your stream grows as well, yeah, profile collection as well. Sorry, can't see my profile collection at the moment because I am streaming, but that's something I see a lot of people will just forget about. And then if something happens, or even if you want to set up on a new PC, the process of changing everything over is made much simpler because you have, in my case, C drive slash OBS. All of the assets that I use are in there. So when I go to import that into a new OBS install, it just goes, oh, I'm going to look in that same folder on the new computer for all of those files, and it makes the whole process much easier. You're transferring onto a laptop to stream while you're away. Yeah. Yeah, so you can take in the OBS configuration and stuff as well with the profile. Same thing again. So with Streamer.bot and Speaker.bot, these guys essentially are enclosed in their own folders. So my Streamer.bot and my Speaker.bot instance are under that same OBS folder. It goes OBS, there's then programs, and it's Streamer.bot and Speaker.bot. They both get updated. I think it prompts you every now and again when you restart them. But everything you then have for these are enclosed in one folder. Yeah, exactly. If you've got assets all over the place, or if you've got them in your downloads folder or something, it's a pain because you have to go and manually reattach everything. So the going to look suggestion box. Okay, I have. Oh, so to talk a little about a little bit more about files and stuff. Serpent Globalist suggested I have a story or fun fact redeem, and I've done something like that on Crafty's channel. The very simple way to do that is to have a file, which is just a basic text file, and every line can be a new question. So you can either allow people to submit questions. Probably not a great idea if you want to veto them for vet them and veto certain questions first. But if you have a predefined list you want to add in there, you can create a file. And let's just use this suggestion box as my example. Going to create a new action called, I'll show you how to do it on Twitch. Go to Twitch, we go channel point rewards. You can actually create your channel point reward through here. Let's go random idea. Pick a random idea from Crush's list. And let's say you can set all your standard stuff here, whether it skips the queue, how many times people can use it, and what that sort of cooldown and stuff is as well. So let's go 300-second cooldown, and let's just go once per user per stream. Streamer.bot can also pause these or disable them. So if I come over to actions now, come back to my beta section. Let's go random idea. I'm going to add the trigger, Twitch channel reward redemption. And I'm going to pick my random idea time. And I'm going to file IO. So you can see here, file IO. IO stands for input output. It's a programming term normally. Essentially what it's saying is these are all the commands we use to work on a specific file. So I can either write lines, I can read lines, can read a random line or a specific line. What I want is just to pick a completely random line from this file. Going to quickly hide this while I pick the file, just because I don't want the rest of my my computer files and stuff to be shown. Let's go to going into OBS, going into put it suggestion box. There we go. Okay, there we go. So I've got OBS web suggestion box. It's more like work OneDrive and other stuff that will appear on the side. So I'm not using any specific variable name. You can assign the line to a variable. Otherwise, you can see here it says if empty, random line is used. So just want one line, and then I want to spit that line back out as part of a chat. Send message to channel, random suggestion from, and I'm going to put a username. I'm going to put the person who redeemed it. I'm going to put the random line. I think it was line with a lowercase l. Let's just check. No, uppercase. Lowercase and uppercase matter in most programming stuff. I do also need to collect the user who redeemed this. So I need to take that variable in and add user info for target user. Okay, so you should be able to see a new redeem there now, which will be called random idea time, and it currently costs 1 channel point. So someone should be able to redeem that, and what should happen is it'll pick a random line from the suggestion box file, and it will print that on the screen with your name next to it as well. Because you all are probably a few seconds behind. There we go. So wasted, it shows you redeemed it. It also, when I record these, I record who actually submitted the original idea. So this one's showing me a one from Teagley that suggested on Crafty's stream I stack the cat cam so that she could see both at the same time. But this is just one example of the use case for it. On Crafty's stream, I use a very similar version of this to pick a random question. You can go there right now and redeem, what is it called? Slightly odd questions. And I've put a bunch of really weird things in there to ask her, which all just come from a basic text file. Hacker Man should make CrusherBot put on hacker sunglasses. Ooh, that's interesting, actually. Let me switch to just chatting for a second. All right, I forgot I still had the jukebox theme on. This little guy here is actually a VTube Studio dude. So when I double click on him here, I can actually add items. There's a bunch of items you can add in here, and I'm assuming there is probably some sunglasses. Now the question is, can I add these programmatically? For now, I'm just going to pop them there. But I'm sure there is also a way to go. I'm sure there's also a way to do this programmatically, and I'll have to do a little bit more looking into that off stream. But Bryn, I'm gonna put. Actually, no, you can put that as your idea. Put that same line again with exclamation mark idea in front of it, and that way it'll put it in my to-do list. You can ask Cell, I think. If you have the full name of that person, feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll follow and check them out later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of automation commands and stuff. There you go, Bryn. The new idea has been added to the list. What do I have that I can do today, though? There's one in here that's not even a me suggestion. It's just a Teagley says, buy Crafty a tiny desk to rage to rage flip when she loses at a video game. The list goes to a text file. So that redeem that we just created is pulling from the text file that all these ideas go into. Actually, you'll see. Oh, look, there's my little streamy man here as well. Right. Crafty, you're on a pee break. So something else that might be of interest to some of you. I'm not sure. I don't think most of you are here now. We're around for the starting screen, but I have been playing around with another tool recently called Suno, which is basically a system for creating songs. You can put lyrics in, you can put a style of music in, and it generates, each time you submit one, it generates two compilations, which I think is actually how Crafty's original starting song was come up with. But if anyone's looking for some cool stuff there too, you can basically generate little songs and background music and other things that you can then use. And I think if you pay the basic subscription, you can get commercial use in that as well. Otherwise, it's just for your own personal use. Thanks for hanging out, Wasted. Thanks for chatting, and I very much appreciate it. I hope I didn't offend with any of my comments about ads and other things. I understand that there is a very wide variety of streaming styles and viewpoints, and I appreciate that everyone does the thing that works for them. So it was lovely to see you in here, and I'm sure I'll be in your stream again sometime soon. So, thanks, mate. Absa, I did actually make my own song. If I switch back to, you're good. We all have approaches. I'm not sitting here thinking that I know all for sure. Yeah, I think that's it. As I said, I'm doing this because I want to help people out, and I know that I know very little. I've only started doing this with Crafty. We're at 8 months now, and I've been helped by so many people along the way. The communities that we've come across have all been very giving, and I think that the adage that Crafty uses is that a rising tide lifts all boats. So I hope that people can learn a little bit from me, and if that makes their stream feel better to them, if it makes their stream more accessible for them to do, if it makes it more fun for the people who are watching, then we've all got something out of it. Okay. Crush, I got into a little beta that I thought you would find interesting. It's called Showrunner, and it's an AI tool to generate animated TV shows. I've been making fave fictional character songs. I actually am very interested in that. Night wasted. Thanks again. Yeah, I love playing around with those little things, and to be honest, Bryn, that sounds like an awesome thing to try and integrate. It's a fun little like, hey, we've just been chatting for an hour. I'm going to ads. You know what would be really cool? A randomly animated show that's basically details some of the highlights of the last hour in like a 2 or 3 minute runtime. So I haven't done as big a project as that yet, but one of the features of Streamer.bot is that you can import someone else's basically someone else's redeems here, someone else's interactions. So you can take I can do all this and I can bundle all this up once I get something like that working, and then I can give that to someone and say, hey, you can just import this on your side, um, and you can basically have your own version of this, or you can tweak it to your own liking. I have learnt so much from the Streamer.bot guys on Discord. There's an excellent streamer called Mustached Maniac who does a number of different um, actions and things that he uploads there. I also really love watching Nutty. He's an Australian-based streamer who does a lot of OBS stuff. Another one is Gael Level, Gael Level, on YouTube, who was actually the inspiration behind Crafty's Polaroid Redeem. A tiny bit of warning from someone who is checking out AI tools. Be careful of what you share or upload to AI tools. They will learn from your files, so if you add images or photos of yourself, it can be used and shared with other people. Even if you use paid versions, there's small print so make sure you always check out the terms of service and print those out or make a PDF of it with a clear date. That is 100% correct. Most of the current generation of AI tools, if you're using a cloud-based service, it's very likely that the data that you are putting in there is also being used to help grow and teach and train that service. Every time you put a photo of your face there, there is a chance that that photo or a variation of it or something that it's learned from it may appear in their data sets. So as Ninja says, be aware of that. There are also a lot of tools that you can use that are um, like self-hosted. So sites like Hugging Face and I don't remember the other one now, basically have models that you can download and run on your own machine where you don't need to see the data leave your computer. For anyone that's doing stuff with AI for work, um, it's very important that you be aware of this as well, because let's say you are, as was recently found in Australia, a worker who handles child exploitation cases and things, and you are trying to put together court documents, and you upload those court documents into ChatGPT to ask it to make you a summary, that is privileged information that you have just put out on the internet. Now, you haven't just uploaded it to Facebook and given it to everyone, but you have you have presented that information to ChatGPT, and unless you specifically know what their terms are going to, like, what they're going to do with that information, you don't have permission from your workplace, from those people. Like yeah, and even with the paid version, sometimes they're still learning from that. Okay. Very much. I think I was talking about this with Zaber the other night, as he does some similar stuff with his workplace. There are some very great tools out there, and what we're accessing in a lot of these cloud-based sites is bleeding edge stuff. It's you're getting the best of the best right now. The problem is you're sending all of your data out to them as well. So you essentially want something that cannot pass your data along if you're using it in a work environment, or you want something that's hosted in-house. So something that runs on your own servers, therefore the data will never leave your corporate environment, will never be revealed to anyone else. Yeah, and you can also train your own models as well. I realize we've got onto like a big AI chat now, but let's look at what Crafty has for her captions. There is there is a couple of different libraries that you can use. We're using a plugin for OBS called Local Vocal, which is actually loaded. I think it's about 1.5 gig of like text to speech. Oh, sorry, speech to text model loaded into a graphics card, and the graphics card is then able to process the speech in real time and give back text. Now, that's great. We don't have to send that to a third party. We don't have to pay anyone to process that information. You can do that with all of these models. Sometimes the ones like the one that ChatGPT provides, they don't allow you to download something like that. So to get bleeding edge stuff, yes, you may need to pay for sandbox access or whatever. Just make sure you're not using private data on that. So, excuse me, I need to take a break. I've been talking for quite a long time. I was just gonna do a little stream tonight, so I think I've achieved what I wanted to with getting a few of these redeems and explanations out of the way. So I might actually leave it there. I am actually recovering from a cold this week as well, so my my throat is a little sore. Um, and immediately my brain is just like, my arms are getting weary, back is getting tight. But with that, well, I don't know. I just worry about streaming if I'm not talking because I know that is the main form of interaction that I have with the people who are chatting. Unless I implement very quickly a bot that says what I'm typing. No, no. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. I've got some good bits and pieces I'm gonna try and clip from this later. Jesus, Britain. I'm gonna try and put some of these up on TikTok as just little shorts to say, here's how you can do a thing in 30 seconds. But I appreciate you all hanging out, asking questions, giving me your feedback and things. And I hope to see you all again soon. What is on? Let's see if there is anyone on my list to raid, or if someone has a recommendation, someone that they like, who you think would appreciate a raid from me. Let's pulling this up for you here. Hopefully, I'm not feeding back myself. There we go. Let's do that. I can see who have we got. There's always so many people that I follow online, but that's also partially because I follow so many people. Tan Queen? Oh, I remember Tan Queen. Yeah, I think I've seen her from one of Elfie's streams. Looks like she's doing a bit of World of Warcraft, so that would be a lot of fun. Thanks for the recommendation, Ninja. I'm going to jump on that one for now, and I'll put these other ones in the list as well. Thank you, Brent. Let's give this a bash. This channel is intended for mature audiences. Okay, I hope you're all adults here in chat. Anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out. I will catch you later. Ah, that's all right. I rated Crafty the last couple of times. I've gotta make my own way in the streaming world sometimes. So let's see how my ending stream goes. Oh, raid sub. I guess I should add those to the list. I don't have any of them yet because I only got my first emotes come up today, so let's do those. Okay. Thanks again, everyone.